Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Ethereum. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, or you haven't already, turn on those notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find the link to the Discord. Come check it out, it is free to join. And yeah, once in there, if you need anything, just mention a member of staff, we'll be happy to help you out. Okay, so let's get into this. So basically, we've started to break down here. We were anticipating this potential move down for this fourth wave, and for the most part, I am still looking at it as that possibility. So we're looking at this for two potential ways. We're looking at this either as a W, X, and Y, or potentially this C wave to play out to the downside. So both of these options are still technically viable at this point. We could still see this develop into a five-wave move to the downside, or alternatively, we could just be looking for this to play out rather as a three-wave move, where this becomes an A, B, and actually we get this deep C wave here, and then we look to actually continue to the upside. So we need to keep an eye on this. I am preferring the five-wave count myself, but we'll have to see if it can prove itself within the structure. Okay, so let's get into that. Effectively, what we want to be on the lookout here, we've come down into this zone of this 121 of this Y wave, and we have also come down into this yellow box area. So this is a target zone that we were looking for. So there are some potential additional moves down here for a little bit more. The 0.382 retracement will actually be this 1453, but we've actually come down into that minimum requirement for a fourth wave, and potentially we could look to push down a little bit deeper to this 1500 area. We'll have to see how this plays out and sort of the moves that unfold from this point. But it is also possible that we could have a completed move here and we actually look to break away. So we just got to keep an eye on this zone. So this fifth wave target, still looking for higher here. Basically, what we'd be looking for as a fourth wave, depending on where we come down to here. It depends. Effectively, this could push this target higher up, but off the current zone that we are sitting in, basically this target for this fifth wave has now moved up slightly to this 1841 to the 1761. So this is off of the current zone. So if we do have a move to the upside on a five-wave move, this is potentially an area we could actually look to revisit. However, if we do come down lower here, this could actually push this target up as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on it as it plays out. But basically, what we're still looking for is the potential for this fifth wave. If we fail to develop a fourth and a fifth here, then we would have to look at this whole move as a three-wave structure to the upside, and would actually mean that we are more than likely going to continue to break down and actually set a new low. So that's basically something we just need to be careful of within this structure. Is if this does start to break down more impulsively, then potentially we could not see this fourth and a fifth, and then effectively it would invalidate the potential of having this as a five-wave move, um, as we have it marked out currently. We will go over a bullish potential that we can still look to, but basically, if we lose the start of this move, there's no bullish count anymore. So there's two ways that I'm looking at this. Like I said, the ABC as potentially looking for completion within that corrector structure. Or alternatively, we could be looking at this move here. So I'm actually going to remove some of this now because we don't need this support box anymore. And we don't need this one. Effectively, what we'd be looking for here is the fact that we could have a five-wave structure. We have actually come down to that limit, but we haven't quite crossed it. So we'll have to see. But basically, I am still anticipating that we could see some further extension to the downside. If we do actually move past this 1511 zone, then we could still potentially look for this fourth wave to play out down here into this zone of this 1500 area to this 1480. If we do get this move, then potentially what I'd be looking for then is an additional fourth and a fifth up into this same range, and then looking for this continuation. So we're going to go into the subwave structure here now. I'm going to remove this from the screen, and we're going to go talk about the potential for this extension within the internal waves here. So we can look at this in two ways. We can look at it like I had this as just a 1, 2. Alternatively, we can count this as a 1, 2, 1, 2 into this point, and then effectively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would then make this the completion of the third wave. If this is the case, what we'd be then looking for is actually a fourth wave up into this potential zone of this 1585 to this 1570. If we fail to develop up into this zone, it could be that we have actually just maxed out here on this 236 line, because if I just pull this from up here, could be this one. Effectively, we can see this 236 is we're right on it now. So, it is possible we can get a very short fourth wave here, and then we actually look to push down one more time in a fifth from this current location. And what we'd want to see, if that is the case, effectively, we wouldn't want to see this high taken. We'd want to see this play out as a 1, 2. Then we'd look for that confirmation by a deeper move down here, potentially down to this zone of this 15, 12. Then looking for that additional fourth and a fifth. So if we do get that, then we would be looking for the potential that actually this fourth wave is just shallower here. Though for as long as we are above this low, we need to bear in mind we could see a move to the upside here one more time, and looking to potentially target out this zone of this 1562 at a 1-to-1, or alternatively looking to push up here towards this zone of this 1569, 1573, and 1518 as a maximum we would want to see. So that would be retesting this previous zone here. So if we do get one more push to the upside here, it is possible that that could be playing out. We also could be developing a fourth wave triangle here, where this becomes the A, B, C, D, E, and then we actually look to break down from this next E wave here. Effectively, we'd want to see this play out as a three-way structure and break down, but moving above this area here of this 1554 would invalidate the idea of that triangle, and then we'd actually be looking for that fourth wave to push up one more time here. So this is a zone we'd typically look to travel this 382, this 1570 to this 1585. Push up into the zone followed by a 5-wave move to the downside would make me think that this count has completed this fifth wave here. And then what we'd be wanting to do is see whether we get this additional fourth and fifth wave to the downside here. So this is still a possibility. We need to keep this in mind. We can still see this where this is, like I said, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get a fourth and a fifth. And if we do push down like this, then the 5-wave move becomes more likely, in my opinion, as a C wave. And what we'd be looking for is basically within this structure that we would be looking for that additional fourth and a fifth. So this is what would be. Sorry, I need to turn the other one back on. So effectively, what this would do, I know this is quite busy here, so I'm going to change the color of this one. I'm going to change it to teal. So this teal 5-wave move, then instead of actually completing over here, would actually look to complete lower down if we get this extension. And what this would then mean is that effectively we would have one more fourth and fifth. So there is the chance that we still have these extensions to the downside that we can look to take us down deeper. So, like I said, the zone we would be looking for sort of is a 382, which would be this 1453. But it'll be interesting to see whether we manage to hold this fourth wave zone here. If we start to break down too deep below this, we need to be careful because a drop past this 1389 would make this less likely that this move is playing out, or we could actually like we could have completed into this high and starting to break down for a deeper structure, even though that is not my primary expectation. It is a possibility. So we have to just see how this plays out. Because if we do get these additional extensions, effectively that would indicate that we're going to actually push down deeper within this zone. So, we need to just keep an eye on how this plays out. Because this is basically looking at this slightly different, where this is a 1, 2, 3. We'd be arguing the third waves here. We're looking for fourth and a fifth down past this zone here of this 1511. So that's where we would want to actually move past for that confirmation. I just want to double check that, make sure, because this is looking at the beginning of this move as a diagonal effectively. Let's go into this low here. So 1525. So for the most part, we've actually reached that zone already. So yeah, but I'm anticipating one more push to the downside. So if we do get that and we don't follow the continuation within this count here, so let's just break it down. So if this count's playing out, this whole move here would be a wave 3, which could potentially end towards this 1490 to this 1464. So we can see here that this would have an additional fourth and a fifth. then we'd find a fourth and a fifth. And this would all be within this one structure. If we are following this count, then this could actually make this whole move down here into that lower range, this this third wave, and then we'd be looking for another fourth and a fifth. We'd disregard this yellow count here, and effectively we'd be looking for that additional fourth and a fifth. And with that, we do start becoming more likely that we're going to come down towards this lower range here of this 1389. But 1453 would be a good target area. It'd be interesting to see how we react on this channel line because it does coincide with this previous fourth. So it is possible that somewhere within here we've got a count slightly wrong and actually we're looking to complete into here. But confirmation would only really come by actually coming back above these 1697 area. And what we'd want to see is a break above this channel and then looking for that that fifth wave target that we talked about up here. So that's what we've been looking for within those counts. We talked about a few things in the previous video. This triangle option is still technically possible if we fail to form the additional fourths and fifths and actually start to push up here past the 1604 range again. It could be potentially possible that we could see something like this still play out, where this is actually just a triangle and we're looking for something like this for a D wave, a B, and E wave, and then actually looking to push up for that fifth. But it is becoming less likely looking at the internal structures of these counts. But until we actually form these fourths and fifths and actually look to progress down, this is still a possibility. So I'd be wary of this top channel line again on the way up. We could look to form a triangle within these two different channels that we have here. So that's something that we need to just keep an eye on. The other options for the most part, they aren't really my favorite anymore. Basically, this is the other way we were looking at it as the potential that this could be a third wave completed here, and then we're looking to complete this fourth, which the idea is much the same, except if we get a five wave move here, and this is actually the count that's playing out. What we'd want to see is that five wave move complete, get a three wave move up, and then have a secondary five wave move because otherwise this count wouldn't fit into it. Either that or we'd have to look at this as a single A, B, and a C, or W, X, and Y into the low, and then we'd be looking for that fifth. So that fifth wave target area is currently sitting up here at this 1916 to this 1811. But like I said, we were the other count's my preferred count. This is an alternative count. If we do start to get either, like I said, either this comes here, we come back up, find resistance and break down again and sort of form a channel to the downside here, then potentially this would be a more valid count. Alternatively, we'd have to be careful if we do get this kind of a structure that we don't form that triangle and then look to push up for that fifth wave from the completion of the triangle. So these are all still possibilities. If we start to break down and we take this low point of this 1535 and this low point of this 1518, it would invalidate the potential of any kind of a triangle, or even at that point I'd be looking at more the other structure being the one that's playing out. That is the preferred count anyway. But yes, these are still possibilities for as long as we hold these low points of this 1535 to this 1501. We do see a three-wave structure, bigger three-wave structure here. It could also indicate that we have something like this play out once we completed this five-wave move, come back up for wave two, and then look to break down deeper. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. But for the most part, that is the options that we have currently. So I hope you found use out of the video. And if you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. And why not leave us some feedback down below? We appreciate all the support. In the description below, you'll also find a link to the Discord. Why not come check it out? It's free to join. There are also affiliate links for BYBIT, PrimeXBT, and BigGet in the description below. All of them are great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. Check them out. Using the affiliate link does help support the channel. We do appreciate it. There are deposit bonuses which can be found on the websites below, so check them out. Okay, everyone, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.